Hello, welcome back to the Bridge of Awareness and the Teachings of Zed, episode 15. So we'll begin this episode with some guidance from Zed. He says, "Isn't it amazing what will happen when you start with a clean blackboard? And as you write on that clean blackboard with your new thoughts, do not be afraid if at first they look wrong, for such is the delicate balance between the mind and the intuition. You can always rub them out and start again." The starting point could be the planet you stand on, with your feet firmly planted on the ground, both physically and metaphorically. You then join with the energy of the planet itself, for haven't we always said that this planet is alive? And so is the planet you stand on. If man saw it with its true vitality, if man saw it as a vessel of enormous love, would he abuse it so, treating it as an obsolete, inert object? This earth is alive, we tell you. It pulsates with the energy of the universe. Such is the nature of a planet of experience. You have about you an energy field, and so does the earth. Held within that field, within a lattice of energy, is the karmic belt. Such is the limit of level 2. Understand, therefore, the relationship to earth time. The cause and effect of your deeds is held within that karmic lattice. The lattice, of course, is held within a different level of understanding. A deed done now, a wrong or a good deed, must therefore impress itself on that energy and be held for later adjustment. So that's something else for you to work on. Early on, we looked at the 7 dimensions of being, the levels of increasing energy through which we pass on our journey of experience. We learned from the teachings that the energy of this planet is related to the first 3 of those levels. Level 1, we have the mineral and plant kingdoms, including the earth, which are alive and pulsate with energy. We learn that animal life incarnates within level 2. And we are told that due to the expansion of thought and consequently the acquisition of a higher self within Homo sapiens, this species is capable of experiencing life beyond the energetic confines of planet Earth, reincarnating within level 3 and beyond, according to whatever dimension of love and awareness the individual has gained thus far. We've also learned that the karmic lattice that surrounds planet Earth, containing the energy of all thoughts and actions of life since its conception, is particular to this planet and is therefore linked to its energy. We are told that the karmic range of each planet of experience, and we are not the only one in the universe, is based against all living things on the planet. So the thoughts of anger and hatred, or love and wisdom you generate, make their indelible impression on the karmic lattice as a whole. See, therefore, says Zed, that group karma is the interaction between the karmic lattice and the planet of experience. Now, if that's the case, that what we think and do affects the planet, then it must follow that what we do to the planet today will determine what the planet does to us tomorrow. Now, there's something to think about. So group karma is expressed in the interaction of species and the environment as a whole. This is the reason why, when you destroy a species, you create an imbalance within the planet itself, which is reflected in the way other species are affected. To take a fairly obvious example, we could consider what happens these days when we allow our effluent to pollute our rivers, our lakes, and our seas. Within a short time, the natural balances that have evolved over perhaps eons of time are gone, destroyed, along with countless interactive species of plant and animal life, wiped out by the wanton disposal of chemical and animal waste caused by indifference and greed. No longer can we claim to be ignorant of the destruction we cause, because it's not only proven, it is obvious. The crystal bathing and fishing rivers of our youth are no longer available to our children and grandchildren, and our seas are cesspits of plastic refuse, evidence of humankind's overwhelming misuse of planet Earth's resources. And that's just one example. Of course, there are those who understand and who give much of themselves to heal this willful destruction. Such awareness and sacrifice must be acknowledged and supported on a wider scale if we are to survive. And we need also to be aware that the thoughts and actions of all workers are making their impression on the karmic lattice too, creating good karmic energy to counterbalance the bad. The indigenous peoples of the world understood these things. They understood because they lived in harmony with planet Earth and the universe and all life. They experienced what was needed to sustain life, what was needed for health and happiness, and what was enough. No religion taught them how to live, how to love, how to respect the creative force. For what they learned through experience. Many of their prophecies spoke of the consequences to come, when men will learn the hard way that greed does not pay. The re-emergence of this wisdom is happening now, in this new age of spiritual awareness. In 1991, our teachings warned us that 1 million species would be wiped from the face of the planet by the beginning of this new age. Such is the karma we are creating for ourselves. For even the tiniest insect is important to the balance of life and to the interaction between the karmic lattice and the planet. Now you see the wisdom of what these teachings warned us of the environmental problems that will face mankind. Now you understand the reasons why. In Zed's words, this is known to your scientists. How many species, we wonder, through your evolution, have been denied becoming beings of experience? This is strong stuff. But always remember that through your thought you can influence others in a way that they treat the world, and through their actions, then you can create good group karma for reincarnations to come. If we see and understand the delicate balance of life on planet Earth, perhaps we will also understand how important our love for the environment is. Most people intuitively know this is true, but unfortunately, many allow their minds for short-term material gain to override the wisdom from within. Such is the nature of choice. We abuse the planet for short-term gains of our material bodies, to satisfy the emotional desires within us. And by so doing, we create our problems for the future. Surely this is the time to take heed of these teachings, which tell us that if we will return to the foundation of love and give it unconditionally to everything we see, we will hold back the cancer of greed that is growing within the karmic lattice as a consequence of our previous actions. We will then set about rectifying the imbalance. How much better it would be, says Zed, in this so-called age of scientific enlightenment and technology, if Homo sapiens put his mind to the purpose for which he came, instead of seeking the pathways of self-destruction. Well, once again, we've given you a lot to think about in this short presentation. Much to digest and mull over, and to find what resonates in your life. This doesn't happen all at once, for we are dealing with powerful and often challenging concepts. But if you give yourself time, and if you take the ideas into your quiet times and meditations, you'll surely find some benefit. Thank you for sharing. I hope you'll join me next time. Goodbye.